What's up, everybody? This is Jose with Oakland Latinos United, aka Oakland Latinos Unidos, the voice of the Latino community in the Bay Area, California, YouTube, and beyond. Well, I'm on here with a new video for you guys to enjoy. And what I want to talk a little bit about is about Chicano rap. And why Chicano rap hasn't went past what it's supposed to be. And what I mean by that is why Chicano rap has kind of stayed stagnant for many years. And really, if you think about it, there are not very many Chicanos doing big things at the moment that I know of. If there are, correct me. But as far as I know, there's not any that I know of. But what I want to talk about, really, I feel personally that the reason why Chicano rap never went anywhere was because at some point in time in the past, Chicano rap took a turn for the worse, at least when it came to the gangbanging stuff. I think a lot of Chicano rap that came out, especially in the late 90s, early 2000s, whether it was from LA or whether it was from the Bay Area or Northern California, it really became gangbang music, like norteño music or sureño music, you know what I mean? And then each side was talking about how they hate scraps and they want to kill those fucking sureños, or they hate chapetes and they want to kill those fucking norteños, and vice versa. So to me, I think that Norte and Sur in Chicano rap was the detriment of Chicano rap in many ways. Because the message was no longer about being Chicano, brown, and proud. It was about, I'm from this side, I'm better than you, and I'm gonna fucking kill you. Or, I'm from this side and I'm more Chicano than you, I'm gonna fucking kill you. You know what I mean? Or fuck you and fuck your dead homies and fuck your mother or whatever. You know what I mean? It took that turn. You know what I mean? And, a lot of that happened during my generation. Sad, I hate to say it. At least as a perspective of someone in Northern California, I began seeing the music change as far as like the local Chicano rap in the Bay Area. I began to see it change, especially when GUN came out, Generation of United Norteños, which is, you might know that story with Sir Dino, who used to be from Darkroom Familia, and they made this whole album where it was like, Norte Unity, and the whole message was, we're norteños and fuck the sureños, you know what I mean? And not far after that, Go Toast Julio made the Black and Brown compilation, 17 Reasons. And on there you had the song Northside Soldier, which had the same message. And then at the end, if you had the cassette, there used to be an outro where some homeboys were talking about, we're norteños and the sureños are a bunch of paisas who couldn't fit in with real northern homies, and you know what I mean? Stuff like that. And then you had Woody, who came out later, who was actually a white rapper, but he identified as Chicano because he grew up with Chicanos in Antioch. And it was a similar message. And then, you started having rappers in LA as well who were, like I would say Mr. Capone and Conejo and, various others, Night Owl and various other rappers of that time who also were sending the message of we're sureños and fuck norteños and fuck anyone from up north, and it was just a big division. And there were rappers at the time who kind of bridged the gaps a little bit, like Baby Bash was one of them, even though he wasn't necessarily a gangbang rapper, but he was a Chicano rapper from the Bay Area, from Vallejo. You had In Too Deep, who was a player JT, who's half white Mexican, but he rapped with a lot of Chicanos, and he did raps with some Southern California rappers. I remember there was a dude named Cisco who was from San Francisco. I think he did some songs with Kid Frost and a couple other rappers. MC Man, who was a rapper from Oakland, he did a song with Lighter Shade of Brown. The Funky Aztecs did a song with ALT. So even old school rappers like ALT, Kid Frost, and the Mexicans and a few others did songs with homies from the Bay. And they tried to bridge that gap between Norte and Sur. You see, as Chicanos, we're so divided and we hate each other so fucking much, and we're so full of self-hate that we sabotage each other. You know what I mean? And I think Sureño rap and Norteño rap does have a place, or at least should have had a place at the time. But I think it should have just been at that place. It shouldn't have been the dominant music of Chicano music. You know what I mean? Like Sureño and Norteño shouldn't have been the dominant message of Chicano rap in the past, because it's molded a lot of things today and it divided our community further. You know what I mean? And I noticed like the black rappers of the past, like Snoop Dogg, Eazy-E, DJ Quick, MCA. You can talk about a lot of rappers from LA. They were smart about their things, because you gotta remember, these were rappers that were Bloods and Crips, and at the time the Bloods and Crips, hated each other in LA, and they were fighting each other like crazy. You know what I mean? It was a war against the Bloods and Crips, but at the same time, rappers like Snoop Dogg, rappers like Eazy-E, rappers like DJ Quick, and various others were able to come together and work together and see their differences between their gang shit. And yes, there was Crip and Blood rap coming out of LA, but they were able to bridge that gap and not let that control them. You know what I mean? It was music for the masses. The same thing in Sacramento with rappers like Brother Lynch, and X-Rated. They were Crips, but their message in their music wasn't necessarily always about Crips. And they were able to market to a lot of people. Same thing with Chicano rap, man. It took that divisive turn of when it was, Norte work better, Sud work better, Border Brothers work better, whatever. You know what I mean? And it divided the genre a lot, I would say. And, like I said, Norte and Sud were a detriment to Chicano rap, which is the reason why Chicano rap hasn't gone nowhere. And as far as I know, there's not any big Chicano rappers doing anything at the moment. And there hasn't been in a long time. And, face it, Chicanos, we've been in this rap game, last 30, 40 years, you know what I mean? Raza's been in this rap game, at least the Puerto Ricans were in it since day one, so, we need to be coming up, you know what I mean? We can't be these underground rappers forever, and be divided forever, hating each other because someone's from the Bay or someone's from LA. I think there should be good Chicano rappers from the Bay Area coming out and from the Central Valley, just as much as there should be good Chicano rappers from LA or SoCal coming out. And I think people should learn to work together and bridge these gaps. Seriously. Nothing wrong with a rapper from LA rapping with a rapper from the Bay, a Chicano rapper from the Bay rapping with a LA rapper, or whatever. Or from Sacramento or Stockton or wherever, you know what I mean? San Jose or Central Coast or wherever it might be. So, once again, I just think that the Norte and Sud gangbanging stuff was a detriment to Chicano rap, and it halted Chicano rap, and it hindered its progress in many ways. And I think it's about time that if there are going to be new school Chicano rappers, they should go in a new direction and start figuring out how they're going to bridge gaps and make this money, man. And market their music to the masses, not just to small groups of individuals. You could take it for what it is. You could say I'm full of shit and I don't know what I'm talking about. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm just voicing my opinion. I'm not talking shit about any particular rapper. Hell, I grew up on the Norteño rappers. You know what I mean? On Black and Brown and Dark Room and Speedy Loke and all those guys, Woody. And I still like a lot of that stuff. Not all of it, but some of it is dope. Because it's music from the Bay Area, Chicano rap from where I'm from. And I could feel it, but some of the message just kind of like, eesh. You know what I mean? So I'm not talking shit about, those rappers. And R.I.P. to Speedy Loke. He passed away back in the days. I actually met Homeboy. He was a cool dude. Him and his brother Bugsy. They were from Dakota, Union City. I mentioned him just a little while ago. But that's besides the point. Like, I'm not talking shit about Black and Brown or Dark Room or anybody. Or Conejo or Night Owl or whoever's in L.A., bro. I'm just saying we need to come up with a new message. You know what I mean? With a positive message. And stop the division. That's all. And I think Chicano rap can be a big thing. It really can, because there's so many of us in Califas, you know what I mean? That we could blow up in this shit without being divided. So that's all I really have to say. Hopefully you guys take it for what it is. It's Jose with Oakland Latinos United. Over and out.